Hello and welcome to World Tanks with me, Jack the Ripper. And this is going to be really, really interesting to watch because I think, and it'll be in the title, this may be one of the greatest, if not the greatest game you ever watch. And I've been very, very lucky to be sent this to watch. Now, I have purposefully not watched too much of it through. I've skipped through it to make sure it works. I have edited a little bit of it where there was a bit where there was a visual audio out of sync glitch, and I've tried to fix that. And I know the end result, but I don't know how it happens. I don't know anything involved, and so I'm going to sort of watch it back with you guys, and I'm going to try and break down some of the decisions, some of the actions, and how this works out for Trailer. Now, I should also add, Trailer has just started trying to do YouTube, Twitch, the likes. So, at the top of the description, there'll be a link to his YouTube channel, to his Twitch channel, and to his new Discord channel. So make sure to go check those out. Hopefully this video will probably appear on his channel too, but just as the video, not with me rambling like a lunatic and pointing at a screen that none of you can see. So let's just get on with this video. So hopefully the tank starts moving sometime soon. There we go. Yeah, so we'll see. He is in a Conqueror, the Tier 9 British Heavy. And he is on one of my least liked maps. Now, this map can be okay. It's not a good map, but it can work out okay. At the moment, he is going quite aggressively, actually. If you look, he's almost on his own. And the thing to think about with the Conqueror is amazing hull down. It's much stronger than it used to be. The hatch is still quite weak. Not that weak, but weak. But with those little added bits of side skirts, the cheeks are much harder to pen. Used to be, if you accidentally looked to one of a direction, your left or your right, then it meant that you always got penned in those little cheek bits. Not so much anymore. Now, downside of our thing is that looks very inaccurate, but you do see a nice little shot into the 13105 there. One of the things you're going to notice in this game, ignore the fact that the replay system is shite, and we do need a better replay system. But one of the things is just try and count the misses, because you're not going to count many, and that is probably the most crucial thing in this game. Is Trailer's accuracy here is on point, like ridiculously on point. So what he's done here is he could have gone, so he's come up down the little bit, down the little water line, and then he's pushed up here. Now, he could have gone over to his right, and if he'd gone over to his right, again, he's in a hull down position. But you are quite easily overrun there because you can't really get too many shots in. Here, he has a number of different ways he can go, different places he can fire, and that was probably, I'm guessing, going to help. Plus point for him, though, is that there are two people behind him, and of course, there is artillery and a TD behind him who will shoot anyone who comes up his arse. Giggity. Oh, so we see a miss there. So, I know there's very few misses in this game, and that's one of them, so mark it down in your calendar. So you see, he's pushing over to this right-hand side a little bit more, because what it provides is a bit more gun depression. Nice little pen in there again. To say the replay system on this game isn't fantastic. But you see there, he's noticed on the map that there's someone behind him, and so rather than having to try and push, so here, what he could have done is he either could have gone back the way he was already facing a second ago, tried to push towards that 30B. Now that means that the tank behind him is in a 1v1 right now, or it's a 2v1, but is not as doesn't have him in the fight. There we go. Or he could have gone back down, as he's about to do, I think, to the 215B and help with that little fight over there. Now, if you'd gone to the bit in the middle, you are sort of exposed to a lot of different angles of fire. Now, in a normal standard battle where one side spawns like B9, the other one spawns like H2, that's a perfectly good tactic, because you're only going to be really shot at from two angles, in front of you and to your right. So, you know, down from like F4 or over from like C3. They're the only two angles. So that means you can angle quite well, and you can minimize the chance of you getting shot. And just by keeping an eye out, you'll probably not take too much damage. But in this mode, Trailer is very well aware that they have spread out from C2. So they could fire at him from as far over as C4, C5. They could fire at him from E1, E2. They could fire at him from C3. They could also still fire at him from towards F4 if any of them are able to push up, because if you look, his team are further down, and so there is actually a line for them to push up towards him and get shots without being shot in return. So he's making a decision here, and it looks like the other people on his team are doing the exact same thing. They're pushing back to help deal with this 215B. Oh, that looked like a miss as well there. And one of the things you'll find, it's one of the things you'll hear people talking about, is this thing called an overmatch. It's a very important part of competitive play. And what you have here is, so that one guy was against 2 tanks, I think. Suddenly he's against 4 or 5. That means that those 4 or 5 can focus him down and take him out of the game far, far quicker. And that is the sort of thing that someone like Trailer will be able to think about and be able to go, right, let's get this guy out of the game. That is a tier 10 tank with quite a good DPM. I mean, it's not that great of a tank, but that's him out of the game. Oh, that's a nice roll, 4-6-1. You see there, he's moving in, he's getting in a nice little hold down spot. It's very weird looking at it in this view. Now, it wasn't as high of a roll. Personally, I probably would have tried to focus down the 65T, get him out, but, you know, when you see the end of this, I really don't think I'm in any place to criticize. But yeah, in a general situation, you probably would have wanted to take that guy down, although that guy is quite hull down, as you can see. So yeah, that guy was quite hull down, which makes it more difficult to hit him. Doesn't really matter. Trailer just pens him anyway. Now, bear in mind how much... Make a quick mental guess as to what you think the damage in this game is going to be, bearing in mind how much ammunition there is in this tank. I get the feeling you're probably not going to be as close as you might think. So, we're 6 pennings in so far, and that is his first kill. Now, we're going to be able to get another tank out of the game here. Yep, takes his time, he aims, especially... So you see, at first, he was just peeking out a little bit. Just peeking out a little bit, trying to get that shot, trying to get that trade in. But once the STA had bounced off him, right, now you can take your time. So he sat, he waited, he aimed, and then he made sure he made that shot connect. And that is the sort of thing you need to do in these sort of situations where your shots are really going to count. And you see here, he's trying to decide what to do. It's funny, even the best players will not use RB. I'm terrible at doing this, where even though RB is a thing, I tend not to use it. But here, this is a great little flanking spot, so he's able to get perfectly hull down. And you see he is looking over there using the RB, trying to see, is there anyone over there? Looks like he's trying to go for the tracking shots as well, which is something you do to try and help your team out. But this is a really nice little spot for the Conqueror. He's perfectly hull down. Yet again, gets a nice little shot in, but somehow still hasn't tracked this guy. To me, those shots look like they've been hitting near the drive wheel, but they still can't pen. This E5 has just been ignoring the person doing the damage to him, but there's not a lot he can do. This is a really nice little position that Trailer's got himself into. Because of the other two going slightly further north to go round, they're going to shoot him from the front. Now, if he turns to deal with Trailer, they're going to shoot him in the side, and so his choice is, you've got to angle towards the 2 or the 1. So, of course, he's angled towards the 1, towards the 2, but the result is the 1 is just eating him alive, and there you go, you see he finishes him off. And this tank is very capable of doing that sort of thing. You see there, he's waited until he's fired. He's willing to take the hit, although heat rounds meant it just hit the tracks and didn't do anything. And then he's dropping back. And see, that sort of little tactic, waiting until someone fires, is very, very useful, because in this sort of situation, you've got 2 guns there that can do a lot of damage. That's over 1,000 damage, basically, if he pops over there and takes both hits. But wait until the T95 fires. Okay, now it's a maximum of 390 alpha. But didn't really matter. He has a 400 alpha gun, though, and it has more health. So, and he's in a heavy tank, so that is a proper trade situation. That is the sort of thing you should do to trade. I do like being able to do these videos like this, being able to pause, because as everyone knows, I waffle on quite a lot. Now, he's been paying attention, and he's seen where people are, and that, I believe, is the 3rd miss of the game. And if my mental ability at remembering things is correct, that is the last miss of the game. That's right, from now on, he will not miss a single shot. Now, because he's backed off, what's actually ended up happening behind him is the T95 has gained a bit of confidence, is now willing to push forward. Now, Trailer hasn't himself noticed this and is now going to pull back to try and help sort this situation out. But yeah, as I said, obviously I talk a lot, I can ramble, and sometimes I actually do have worthwhile things to say, though. And so this ability to just pause it when there's still action going on and I want to keep talking about the action is quite useful. Now you see here, the T-95 is turretless. He can't focus trailer. That's a lucky shot, gets a lovely little fire into that guy's arse, but again, made sure he took his time. The T-95 has left the top of his tank exposed, and now trailer is able to farm this guy from behind. Now, I probably should be adjusting my headphones right now because this is very loud for me. And I've so far managed to avoid pointing at the screen. Well, that was a nice little roll as well. But yeah, so he is using the fact that what he's just done is, so he's gone in and he's got there's 2 tanks now. Officially, the T-95 is the higher danger tank. Hits harder, has better armor, blah, blah, blah. But the T-95 is not only paying attention to someone else, he's also looking the wrong way. As a result of this, he no longer is the highest value target. He is no longer the highest danger target. It is the 30B. The 30B is the one with the momentum, the one with a turret, the one who can get around, who can disappear in one place, reappear another. So he has got rid of him. Now, trailer, I also think, noticed that there is a light tank on the way. Now, he finishes off the T-95 because it still is the tank that does the most damage. Now, this shot is, again, a lovely little fire. And somehow, that 13105 actually manages to get the kill here. Before burning to death. So that is 1 autoloader down. Income autoloader number 2. Also on a 1 hit. Completely misjudges the reload. And dead. Now, he has just taken out 2 very dangerous autoloaders. But he's now up to 34 ribbons of damage. Now, in a second, I think it's going to swap over, but you see now they have 2 tanks left, which is, I believe, a Jägeru, who is currently on 1800 health. There we go, and a Waffenträger. Now you see there, this is why I say the replay system is a bit meh, but gets a shot in, aims at his lower plate. Now he is down to APCR, but that is because he has fired every single AP shell that he had. So wow. But yeah, he's poking just enough to expose. It's very hard to see with that, but yet again, I think that is through the drive wheel that time, rather than through the lower plate. But you'll see what he's doing. He's using this position because this allows him to be really nicely hull down. So, because of the angle he's at, he can poke forward. The only bit of his upper plate that will be exposed will be an insta-bounce for any gun that fires at it, unless it's HE, of course. But the turret that will be exposed, which is the main bit that will be exposed, is basically impenetrable unless he hits the hatch. And the hatch is stronger than it was, it's harder to hit, and it's generally worth the risk. You can see here, he's using third person to wait until he's looking slightly away. I think there he's just got the tracking shot, and the tracking shot has... the DPM on this just isn't quite enough to be able to get that guy down while keeping him permatracked. But again, I think that's another shot, that time into the lower plate. And yeah, here. So that was in thing. So here you now get to see how much damage we're now up to. That is 9,000 damage he's done so far. 9,000. This is an absolutely insane game going so far. But here we get to actually see what it properly looks like. He actually waits until... But you see there, that is a 700 and something. So he was on about 1,400 health. And he's now gone to 777. So he knows he just got hit for around 700 and something. Now, the time between that and the next shot shows you information. So, still no shot, still no shot. There's the other shot. Now, that extra time shows that it is not the 128. The combination of, well, okay, you can't high roll for over 700, I don't think, with the, I think it's 700 max is literally. So it could have hypothetically been the 128. But that information, the time between the shots, shows you that it wasn't. So trailer is now fully aware that the Waffle has the big gun. But also, the biggest thing, he knows where the Waffle is. So you'll see on the map that the medium tank is going after the artillery, and so that's going to take the arter out the game. The trailer is on 9,160 damage. He is on 777 health. And he is going after a Waffle that I don't think has been spotted this game. And if he has, it was very, very briefly. So, right, there is actually a couple of minutes of driving here. So what I might do is just jump ahead a little bit. You see here, so all he's going to be doing right now is he's climbing up this bit. He's trying to find where the waffle is. I don't think he's too far away from finding it. Jump ahead a little bit more. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. Oh, there you go. And now, so the waffle is now spotted by the medium tank. So Trailer has been going all the way over. I don't know if, I think I've skipped over when he did it. He has now loaded HE. Now, this is being a Conqueror. It has Hesh, and it's like 100 something pen Hesh. So not only is it 480, I think, alpha, maybe somewhere around that, but it's 120 odd, 115 odd mil a pen. So it's very, very good stuff. But the common mistake that's done when firing at waffles is people don't aim their shots because they think, well, it's just a waffle. It's got a really soft gun, man. I don't need to aim my shot at that thing. Who cares what I fire? It's HE. It'll just pen. That's not actually true. And you'll see here what Trailer does. So there, side the turret. No worries at all. But the next shots, you'll see he makes sure to aim away from the gun. Now he aims a little bit to the side, above that. So he hits the gun there. 180 roll. And that is why I think he does this. As I say, this is the first time I'm watching it, but there, he aims just to the side of the gun. The chances are that just broke this guy's gun, so that's why this guy isn't firing back yet. But again, same thing, he aims slightly over to the side. Oh, we see a lovely little heat round. Now, Trailer is a one-shot for this guy if he high rolls. So this is playing real dangerous. Gets another shot in 381, a bit of a low roll. The other two tanks are turning up right now. Who's going to get the kill? Who's he going to shoot at? So he's got a... He fires another heat round at Trailer, and it bounces, and Trailer gets him. That is 11,360 damage. That is 33 shells fired, 30 penetrations, 2,100 blocked, 500 assisted, 9 tanks killed. Unlucky not to get a Pools medal in the great scheme of things. And holy crap. Holy crap. That is a lot of damage. It's still not 3 marked. But at least it's an ace tanker. Look at that. 3,120 base XP. That is an astronomical base XP. But then again, 11,000 damage in a tier 9. If you look at how heavily the game is tier 10. I bet at first he saw that matchmaking and went, ah, crap. Well, probably not like that because he's American. So if he said it in a really weird British voice, that would be kind of freaky. But I assume in his own accent, which I am not even going to try and attempt, he said, ah, crap, or some derivative of that. But you see what I mean about the misses? It's 33 shots fired, but then 30 hits and 30 pens. He made his shots count. Pen your shots, bro. Pen your shots. This is what happens when you pen your shots. This, like any game, has elements of luck. But this, he played everything perfectly. He played everything right in this game. He made no mistakes. He didn't go to the wrong places. He didn't target the wrong tanks. He targeted everything so well. Good silver earned as well. But that is ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous. I mean, 4,000. There's a 4,005 on his team who did 0 damage. I wouldn't have been that shocked to see this result the other way round. That a tier 9 Conqueror in a heavily tier 10 game did 0 damage and a 4,005 did 11,000 damage. That would have been a wow, that's a great game for a 4,005. You know, you penned your shots, bro. But he's done it with a 400 alpha tier 9. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So, hopefully, in a weird way, you're all going to be rewatching this game a few times because that was absolutely silly. Absolutely silly. Absolutely fantastic game. Don't forget to go and subscribe to Trailer's YouTube, follow his Twitch channel, join his Discord, bug the crap out of him, and teach him, get him to teach you to be a shiny unicorn. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been an interesting one for me because this is about my second or third ever guest replay. And Trailer put this up in the clan Discord, and I was just like, would you mind? And he was just like, no, go for it, man. I was just like, thank you so much. I can't wait to watch this, and it has been a hell of an experience watching this. This is one of the greatest, if not the greatest game I think I've ever seen on World Tanks. Not even console, just World of Tanks. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. As always, I've been Jack the Ripper, and I will see you on the battlefield.